I ain't got nothing fancy today. I ain't got nothing fancy, man. Come on, man. Y'all can't expect me having something fancy every time we come in this meeting. I ain't got nothing fancy. I ain't got no dramatic introductions. I ain't got none of that. I just come to say hello. I just go to say I love you. And I mean it from the bottom of my heart. That's all I got for you today. I got some talk for you. What's up, George Montgomery? How y'all doing today, family? Peace and love, family. We're gonna have a few things going on today, family. Do y'all think that the movement has been infiltrated? Have we been infiltrated? Yeah, that's it. C-Trey say he's a real Christian and he doesn't like rappers. That's what he said to me. He said he's a real Christian.
Let's see how this goes. I'm a real Christian and I don't like rappers. I'm a real Christian and I don't like rappers. I'm a real Christian and I don't like rappers.
That was just a joke. See, I got this stuff queued up. I've been dealing with this so long, I got it all queued up. Hey, family, listen. On the real though, family, I want to ask y'all, family. I just came here to talk to y'all today. I got some real serious stuff coming up soon. I just need to, man, I got a lot of stuff coming. I got some serious interviews coming. I think I became the facilitator of researching the infiltration. I think I have. I think I became the facilitator of researching the brown girl say, is this real? Oh, it's real. Oh, it's real. Let me play the whole little clip. Is it real? Hold up. Is it real?
Let's see how this goes. I'm a real Christian and I don't like rappers. I'm a real Christian and I don't like rappers. I'm a real Christian and I don't like rappers. I'm a real Christian and I don't like rappers. I'm a real Christian. Nigga got it wrong. I'm back to nigga go to my God. I got some other books that'll fix that. I got some 316 that'll book an action. I'm a real Christian. And I don't like rappers today. And only jealous niggas who don't know how to do business, don't know how to believe in me or talk to me and get in the business. White people love me. White people love me. White people love me. White people love me. Out your mind, but you don't want to hear me. Me, you want to bless, like those come near me. But you ain't never seen a Christian like me. I wrestle with the devil, so you challenge me. Ain't no.
Is he a real Christian? And he don't like rappers. Now, y'all think it's a game? Listen, I want to ask y'all though, have anybody seen the Grandmaster? Anybody seen Grandmaster J? White people love him. Did y'all know that? Y'all didn't know that? White people. Stop. I gotta stop laughing so much. This guy's a coon. He's just laughing and laughing. He's a coon. Man, listen, this guy stopped, family. This guy stopped, family. Oh, man, this guy stopped. This guy stopped. We got to do better. We got to do better. Y'all understand? Listen, nobody's seen Grandmaster J. Man, I got a message, man. This is pretty bad. This is pretty bad. I need to get K-Foss. Do anybody know K-Foss? I need to get K-Foss in the interview chair. K-Foss, I need you in the interview chair, brother. I need you to I need to interview you, brother. And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. I need you in the interview chair, family. Anybody familiar with K-Foss? Press 1 if you're familiar with K-Foss. Press 1 if you're familiar with K-Foss Tactical. K-Foss, if you are out there, brother, I need you in the interview chair. I got people sending me stuff about you, brother, and it ain't good. K-Foss, I got people sending me stuff. And this liberation movement is the gift that keep on giving. I can't even change the topic. We need to get K-Foss in the interview chair. You got some explaining to do, K-Foss. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. We need K-Foss. K-Foss, come on, man. Come on to Demorge World TV. Talk to us, man. Come on, man. Anyway, hey. K-Foss say he wasn't Let me say this, family. I'm going to say this. Let me say this. When you look at the liberators of back in the day, right? You look at Fred Hampton, right? Let me pull up a picture of Fred Hampton real quick. Let me see if I can pull up a picture of Fred Hampton. I'll pull up a picture of Fred Hampton, right? And Fred Hampton, do anybody know how old Fred Hampton was when he was murdered? Do anybody know? Somebody put the age of Fred Hampton in the chat. Anybody know? I know, but I'm asking you. Do anybody know how old Fred Hampton was when he was murdered? If y'all are freedom fighters, then you need to do the history on true freedom fighters so you'll know what they look like. And you'll be able to know the infiltrators. That's right. He was 21 years old. He was only 21. But he was so prolific. He was so dynamic. He was able to convey a message to Europeans and Asiatics, so-called black, so-called white people. He was able to bring the two groups together to listen to him for a solution that works for both of them. He was a force to be reckoned with at 21. Now, on the flip side of that, you got these people 40 years old spanking a monkey, calling themselves freedom fighters, and sending people the video. You understand what I'm saying? They 40 years old doing childish stuff, calling themselves freedom fighters. And here we go, a man 21 years old. It's such a threat. It's such a threat that the police murder a 21-year-old man. Let's do a recap. Talib from Fred, the chairman of Fred Hampton Gun Club. I hear that it's two of them, but for whichever one he is, eh? A recent upload. The brother from Fred Hampton Gun Club. It's time to make him a star. See that brother right there? That's Talib. Oh, they jammed my video up. Let me see if I can get him back. But the point that I'm making is that Fred Hampton was 21 years old. And he was able to galvanize all people from all corners. But here we go with brother 35 and 40 years old. They on the internet. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know how that happened. How my video get jammed up like that? Let me see. Let me find my video. Hold up. Let me find another copy of it. I got you. Because it seemed like my brother missed it or something. Let me see. Okay. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick, family. But the point that I'm making is that this is a sad state of affairs. That these people that call themselves freedom fighters, and I got something else I'm going to show you too in a minute. I might don't show you. I don't know if I got to show you yet. I don't know if I can show you yet. It's bad. It's pretty bad. You know what I mean? It's pretty bad. I'm upset that these brothers that calling themselves freedom fighters are out here doing the most weird, off the wall, crazy stuff. They want to have freak parties, orgy parties. They have no discipline. Cryptonomics, when you was rolling with the squad, y'all used to have these freak parties and stuff. Can you share with us, brother? Tell us what's going on. Let me see. Let me find this demonstration real quick. I'm trying to find this folder. All right, hold up. Let me see. Okay, let me find this folder real quick. All right. So, okay, I think I got it now. Grip. Let me see. I got some stuff I'm gonna share with y'all today, man. I'm gonna share some stuff with y'all today, maybe. I want to wait till I get all my stuff, man. But I might have to share it with y'all, man. You know what I mean? And where my dang going? Oh, there you go. All right, let's see. This is weird. Grandmaster J been in my folder. Grandmaster J been on my computer again. You know, sometimes he remotely goes on my computer. They think I'm paranoid, but for real, he do. I mean, he remotely goes on my computer. Real talk. Oh, man, let me see. I'm trying to find this daggone thing. Okay. Bam. I can't find this thing for nothing. Y'all must not want to see that then. Let me see. Bam. I'm gonna find it in a minute. Ah, man. I'm gonna have to show y'all this way, man. I really don't want to do this, man. I gotta do it, man. I gotta do it. This ain't no good, man. This ain't no good, man. Oh my goodness. I can't do this, man. I quit. I quit, man. Listen, y'all gonna have to get somebody else for your entertainment. I quit. I quit. Yeah, I quit. I gotta be real, man. This is what the Black Power movement has come to. This guy here, I'm quitting. After tonight, it's over, family. I'm quitting. I ain't no quitter, but I'm quitting tonight. This fool. This him. This guy from the Fred Hampton Gun Club. This is what he send the sisters. This fool is crazy. This him. Talib Atunde. Man, let me turn this off, man. We got children, right? This fool is crazy. This fool is actually he beating himself up on camera and sending it to sisters. I'm only showing you this to show you that there is no liberation with people that go live with masturbation. I got to foul that he's foul. This is the chairman of the Fred Hampton Gun Club. Excuse my expression, family, but I got to be real. He's spanking his monkey. He's spanking his monkey and sending it to sisters and yelling Black Power. I did an interview with a brother today from one of the organizations that know him. And I said, brother, did you shake his hand? He said, nah. I said, well, I'm glad you did, because I got a video that he sent to them sisters, and you might not want to shake his hand. No, sir. No, sir. Don't shake his hand. He said, I know him. He said, I stood on post with him. I said, did you shake his hand? I sure hope not. Hey, man, I try to tell you, this is the people that pose to liberate our children. Yeah. So, in contrast to that, I'm going to have some real revolutionaries come on here. People like, look at C-Trey. Stop, C-Trey. Stop. Like Rakim Bolagoon, like Sister Crystal, and whoever knows someone. Mashawn, this is sick. Listen, the point that I'm making is that these are the people that are scheduled to liberate our people. You understand what I'm saying? These are the ones that's going to liberate you. You understand what I'm saying? Now, back to my other point I was making. Back to my other point. Uh-oh. Back to my other point. The other point that I'm going to make is this. These brothers in these militias that have been doing crazy stuff, that has been getting mad at me for exposing Grandmaster J, that have been coming in my inbox, you better make sure you're good, because people are mad at you. I'm going to tell you now, people are upset. People are upset that they fell for the okie doke. People are upset that they came to fight for the revolution and found out it was nothing but confusion. They really upset with you. The sisters are upset. I'm telling you right now, the sisters are upset. The sisters are upset. Not the ones that want to be freaky deaky. You got some that want to be freaky deaky, and that's okay if that's what you want to do. It's okay if that's what you want to do. But you got some that truly join to be a part of the revolution. What's up, Rothstein? That's want to be a part of the revolution. And when they join and want to be a part of the revolution, they're looking for Fred Hampton. They're looking for Malcolm X. They're looking for a Huey P. Newton. And all they see is you is hewing and pulling your pee-pee, sending pee-pee pics. Sister told me today, said, y'all think this crazy. Listen, sister told me today that most of these guys, all they want to do is send their pee-pee pic to sisters. I said, what? I said, this is crazy. I said, hey, I thought the Moorish paradigm was a little bit crazy. Man, this gun culture demonstration, they going too far. They keep their pistol in their hand. Yeah, I get it. Pistol in the hand. Real talk. I'm like, man, what is going on here? Like, when you get to talk to people, man, you start hearing some crazy stuff. You start hearing stuff like, okay, I asked the brother, I said, what type of missions did you go on? It's no lie. I got an interview coming up. I said, brother, what kind of mission have you went on as a Black Panther? He said, oh, we stood in front of the liquor store, right? To shut down the liquor store. Bust your gun has a whole new meaning. New Black World Order. Stop, man. You're going to get me started, man. Stop. Because a New Black World Order, they're going to start saying that Moors don't supposed to act like this. That's what they, and you a Grand Sheik. You know they hit me with that. And you a Grand Sheik. I guess that means I'm not supposed to tell the truth. I don't know. But that's what they hit me with all the time. Oh, you not a real Moor. Because I tell the truth. Well, if telling the truth make me not a real Moor according to you, then I'm going to have to be a real Moor according to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. It is what it is. But whatever. But listen, a lot of these people, right? A lot of these people, man. And I'm going to say it like this. So anybody that watched the K-Foss demonstration, right? They said K-Foss is sending this picture around with his privates. Anybody watch that video I put out where the sisters accused K-Foss of showing his privates and sending them a picture? Anybody ever? Press one if y'all familiar with that. Y'all been following the story. This is a soap opera. You can't watch this one time. You're going to think I'm lying if you watch this one time. You're going to have to go back 3 months and get caught up. I mean, this is a soap opera. You got to go back. You got to go at least back to November. And you have to get caught up. This is soap opera. You know what I mean? You can't watch Young and the Restless, or you're going to have to come back on Saturday when I go live. You're going to have to come back on Sunday. You're going to have to come back on Monday and Tuesday. You have to go back and get caught up. Or you're going to think I'm making this stuff up. You're going to think I'm lying. Oh, I'm clout chasing. Oh, I'm doing it for views. No, this stuff is real. It's real deal. So K-Foss went live and said, I ain't never show no woman my private parts. Oh, I ain't send no woman no pics. I don't get down like that. Up jumped the boogie. A sister reached out to me with the demonstration. Did y'all hear what I just said? She reached out to me with the demonstration, man. Man, this stuff got to stop, man. I can't be doing this on the Morse World TV network. It ain't good for my heart. It ain't good for my heart. Because I'm alive. Y'all know I like K-Foss. You know I do. That's why I just didn't do the show. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk to K-Foss. Somebody get K-Foss on the line. I owe him that much respect. I owe him that much respect. K-Foss did admit he sent nasty pics. Well, that's good because on the video I got, he said he don't get down like that. But if he came out and said that he did, then that's good. You know what I mean? That's good. Because I'm telling you, I want all those smoke saying, so K-Foss did it too? Let me tell you something. What I'm starting to understand, that it's a freak culture. The guns is the cover up for the freak culture. Man, can you imagine? Can you imagine Huey P. Newton sitting up there taking naked pictures and sending them to people? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine Malcolm X in his bed? Grand Rising. Assalamu alaikum. In the name of Allah, the beneficent, the merciful, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. Can you imagine that? Him laying in his bed? But this is what they want you to believe, that this is a viable solution for liberation. A man laying in his bed first thing in the morning. So the question is, the standing question, has this liberation movement been infiltrated? I can tell you off the top. that the Moorish Science Temple of America, the organization that I love, the organization that saved my life, was infiltrated in 1928 and have yet to recover. Yep. It has yet to recover. Me and the Moors under my leadership are fighting to recover from that infiltration. And I'm going to tell you something. Majority of these organizations that we grew to love, whether it was for a good speech, whether it was to join them and become active with them, it just appears that all of them has been infiltrated. The Nation of Islam say they don't call the white man the devil no more. That's old school. I'm just saying, this is what I heard. They say publicly, y'all hear me? Y'all might don't believe in that doctrine, but I've heard that publicly, man, no, not by being told, but I heard that publicly, the Nation of Islam don't call the white man the devil in public. Isn't that the claim to fame of the Nation of Islam? Goddamn devil! The white man is the devil. He's the skunk of the planet Earth. The white man. Isn't that how the Nation of Islam gained its momentum? You take that out of the public arena of addressing what you call the devil, that is the core part of your doctrine. I don't know now. The bean pies ain't as good as hearing you say the white man is the devil. I'm just saying. Listen, they gonna be mad at me. Troy X gonna call me tomorrow. Troy, don't call me tomorrow. It's a joke, but it's real. The bean pie is just not as good as hearing you say the goddamn devil. Yep. It's just not as good. Seeing Waverly Timberlake said he's seen a white dude in Harlem. He's seen a European with a bow tie. That just ain't really feeling too good. To see a European in the bow tie, that don't feel too good to me. I'm not a member, nor have I have an interest of being a member. I support the endeavor of the original plan of the Nation of Islam that they have executed throughout the years, but it just don't feel too good to see Billy change his name to Bilal. I want Billy to be Billy. I don't want Billy to be Bilal. You dig? I want little Michael, the European Michael. I want him to be Michael. You dig? I don't want him to be Muhammad. I want Michael to be Michael. I want him to be Muhammad. Let Michael be Michael. And Sarah, let Sarah be Sarah. Don't be calling her Sarai. Sarai. This is Sarai. We don't want Sarai. We want Sarah to be Sarah. I'm just telling you. Real talk. I ain't trying to see. And listen, I'm telling you the truth. I ain't trying to see. Hold on. Watch this. I ain't trying to see a European wearing a fez. That ain't what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to see. Hold up 1 second. I'm not trying to see a European guy walking around. Hold up 1 second. I got you. I got something for you. I'm telling you, have every organization been infiltrated? That's the standard question. I'm real talk right now. And I'm not leaving out the Moorish Science Temple of America either. You know what I mean? I'm not leaving them out. The movement that I love. You know what I'm saying? Yep, they had to take a hit too. Everybody took a hit. Don't nobody want to admit it, but everybody had to take a hit. You know what I mean? Hey, these are dead. Let me see if I can find it real quick. But man, you know, even in the Even in the Hebrew Israelite community, they got European up there talking about he Puerto Rican. Everywhere. Did y'all am I the only one that see this? The Hebrew Israelite community said the white man the devil too. I mean, they said the white man the devil too. Can you imagine that Billy you went to school with, you see him on YouTube talking about, read the Edomites. Read. You're like, his name is not Hashar Yakama. That's Billy. Can you imagine that? You see Billy talking about he a Puerto Rican now, and he's from the 12 tribes. Listen, I don't have nothing against nobody. Do what you want to do, but I'm just saying, these organizations was founded by us, for the purpose to liberate us. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, listen, if we can't have the real conversation, I see my brother Hood Hope say the nation all good. We got bigger fish to fry. Okay. If that's what you want to say, but the answer to the question is, can a European be a member of the Nation of Islam? I'm just saying. Elijah Muhammad. I'm not coming at the Nation of Islam either. Let me just show you something. I'm talking about everything. I mean, Elijah Muhammad said that the white man is the devil, that he can never be reformed, and that's all he is. He's the skunk of the planet Earth. I did not say this. Don't say I said it. I'm only repeating what was said. He said the white man, the devil, he's the skunk of the planet Earth. He cannot be reformed. And that's it. That's all. Now, the next question. Did the European got a bow pie and a bean pie? A bow pie and a bean tie. I messed that. No, I'm talking what I read. I'm not knocking nobody. Listen, we have in the Morris-sized tip of America, unfortunately, let me see if I can find it for y'all. See, I ain't sparing no one today. I ain't sparing no one. It is what it is. I ain't gonna spare nobody. It is what it is, family. We done messed up, man. We slipping. We done stood around on that meeting period. We standing around on that post. And while we standing around on that post, you know what's happening. You already know what's happening. I mean, time for us to stop standing around on that post and letting these things happen. Real talk. Let me show you something right here. I go to a temple in Baltimore, right? This is how crazy my research is. I go to a temple in Baltimore, right? And this is a temple from another group of Moors, right? When I walk up in there, listen, this is what I see, right? Let me share it with you. I'm about to share it to you right now. I see this guy right here. Let me show it to you. You see around all brothers. I see him right here. I'm like, he got a fez on and everything. I'm like, what in the world? What in the world is going on? So, you see he got the mallet. So you know what I mean? He the man. But he's in a temple, and we call it demonstrating. He's in the temple here in Baltimore talking about, I give praise to Allah and honor to the Prophet over Ali. As you can see, these guys are Masons too with their hand over their heart. And so basically at this time, I'm like, the red flag for me was this guy's a European, obviously a European. When the Prophet over Ali's teaching, it says that this is for our people. You know what I'm saying? To redeem our people, right? So I was like, why do these people allow this, right? But at the end of the day, I go back and do some research. And then I find out that the guy is a full-fledged Mason. And that's the picture that I found of him. I did some research. You know, I'm an okay researcher. So now you got a full-fledged Mason. The Masons that ultimately overthrew the structure that Prophet Noble Drew Ali laid. And here, and that was about 2 years ago, 2018, 2019, you got a full-blooded European in the temple talking about, I give praise to Allah, honor to the prophet. I'm sitting up there like, you do? Huh? Is that what you do? As you know, I had to get up out of there. Not because he was a European, but because the Moorish Science Temple of America is for the liberation of those who are descendants from the inhabitants of Africa and indigenous to America. That's it. That's it. Anybody else in there and you allow that, I got to step back. I got to step back. Nobody. I don't care if that's cousin, auntie, boyfriend. No. Billy need to go to talk to the bishop over there at the cathedral. He don't need to be up in here. I mean, he don't need to be over here. So, with that being said, so I'm not only talking about that, I'm talking about all the way full circle. And when you look at our brothers and sisters in the Black Panthers Party, many of them are infiltrated by one who looks like them. I like this question right here. Let me answer this question. Why do white Shriners always have those toy monkeys with the red fez? Serious question. The reason why these Europeans do that is because the fez, this here, is of African descent. This religious and national headwear that the Moors wear, it's of African origin. Yet around the globe, you will find this type of headwear being worn by the most intelligent people in the community wherever we had inhabited. So what the European did was, one of the first things that the European does is he flipped things inside out. He demonizes it, and then he wears it himself. You understand what I'm saying? Let me show you something real quick. I like that question, family. He demonizes it, right? And then he uses it for himself after he demonizes it. And so if I wear a fez, right, the European has demonized it so much that now people thinking that it's of Turkish origin. Oh, Moors, they're from Turkey. Moors, and even those that was with Prophet Noble Drew Ali tried to associate it with Turkey because they did not have the research to see that it was of African and even indigenous origin, because you had people that wore fez type headgear here in the Americas before the coming of the European. But the European demonizes it, right, by putting it on a monkey. And we laugh. Ah, look at that Moors, he a monkey. Little do you know, he's calling you a monkey, because this was the most intelligent amongst the people that used that culture, right? But now, let me share something with you. Once he demonized it and got us to frown upon it, right? He ultimately, I'm going to show you something real quick. If I can show you real quick. Here we go. after he demonized it and made us frown upon it, what he began to do, he began to dress like a Moor. That is how the ancient Moors dressed, with the pantaloon, with the fez on. And they turned it into uniform for soldiers because it represented strength. You follow me? And this is the same thing happened in the Congo. You know, in the Congo, they made those who they conquered in the Congo to don the fez, right? They made them to don the fez in a quest to demonize the high science of what the fez represented. You follow me? They wanted to demonize it because the moment that you know what the fez represent, you'll understand that you were a part of the civilizing of the planet. And this is why when you look at the college graduate or the high school graduate, when they take the fez and turn it into a mortarboard and they got a tassel on it, why do they have a tassel on it? Why do people graduate and have a tassel on it? The tassel represents 360 degrees. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, right? But when you graduate, they take it from one side. They don't let it go 360 degrees. They say, okay, now put your tassel around. Bam. That just means you got 1 degree. You see what I'm saying? But the Moors had 300, and those who are more descent should be striving for 360 degrees of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. But when you go to a European school and you graduate, they say, okay, change your tassel. Bam. That's just 1 degree. And that's the degree that you got in school. And so they take our culture, they remix it, make us hate it, and then they utilize it for themselves. Y'all follow me? And so when people say stupid stuff like, you got the bucket on your head, like, you fool, they see you. They want to be you, right? And so I changed the subject in 1 second, but check this out. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. If I can. Let me show you something real quick. Yeah, but yeah, they definitely they want to be you. And so they flip the script. I'm about to show you something real quick. So I'm glad you asked. I'm glad you asked. Indulge me for 1 second. Indulge me for 1 second, family. And I'm going to move on. Right? One second. Okay. Here we go. So listen. So when you look at the fez, right? And you look at the one on the left is kind of burgundy, which that's ours too. But this is how the European did play his game. When you look at the ancient photos of North Africa, even the Igbo right there on the left, they still wear the tabush. This is ancient culture. This has nothing to do with Turkey, has nothing to do with European looking Turkish people, has nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? But the European has demonized it. He has demonized it so much that we have fell for the okie doke, and then by default, we lose our culture. You follow what I'm saying? We fall for the okie doke so much. Hold up, I wasn't finished. We fall for the okie doke so much that now we can't look back and see how we conquered the world. You see what I'm saying? These are brothers right here. This is not, these are all paintings of brothers from North Africa. You follow me? They still wear these in North Africa anyway. The oldest This is why when people say Fez is of Turkey or something like that, the oldest rendition of the term Fez is in a land called Fazan in Libya. It's of the Berber language, and the Berber is the Beriberi people of North Africa, which Europeans renamed Berber as barbarian. You follow me? Which is your brother and your sister, because, I mean, that's another history lesson. But anyway, they were all Moors. You follow what I'm saying? And so what the European did was, let me get to the European real quick and I'll wrap this up. What the European did was, he took our history, right? And as I say, he demonized it. This is an old picture of a rendition of affairs. He demonized it. And I say in this lecture that I did a few years ago, if Europeans can't show themselves in affairs before 980 AD, although the Fez is older, they can have no claim that the Fez is theirs. And then I go on to show that the first Masonic temple was, or the group was, the poem was printed in 1390, and the earlier, the first lodge was in 1717. The Fez is much older than 1717. So when they hijacked it, this is why they put Algeria on it. This is why they put Mecca on it. We never marked our Fezes. But because they got a bad memory, they got to mark it to remind you where it come from. Do anybody know where Algeria is? Mecca is our people. It's not these pale people. And so this is what they did. They usurped it. And then they wore it. And they still wear it today. But this is of ancient. And I did a lecture called The Hijacking of the Nation on that subject. I'm glad I was able to share that with you. I did a lecture on that whole subject right there, because many people used to always, they would love to say that, man, the Fez is Turkey. Why are you wearing that Turkish hat? And I will always say, I want people to debate me on it, because I want to put, I'm telling you, I want to put the brains of falsehood all on your computer, all on your computer screen. The brains of falsehood. What? Because I'm going to show you some history that you should be learning. That North Africans, there was a select people that was of high science that donned this this holy headdress. So that's just what it was. Now back to my point. Let me let somebody in here, man. I ain't gonna be long tonight because I got a lot of stuff I got to cover, family. I got some stuff coming in here, family. But anybody want to come in? Do y'all think that we have been all infiltrated, family? Do y'all think if we've been all infiltrated? Huh? I believe that we've been infiltrated. Now, the question is, what do we do? What do we do? That's right. Somebody say Fez, Morocco. Absolutely. What do we do as it relates to this infiltration? What do we do? And let me say this another thing too. When people look at Morocco and see, let me pull this up real quick. I'm going to give this lesson tonight. I'm going to just type in Morocco, right? Let me tell you something. When you pull up Morocco, and I just want to show you something real quick. The European was so crafty and what he did, that when you pull up Morocco, right, and you see people like this, and you assume that that's Moroccans, which, with all intents and purposes, they are Moroccan nationals. But they never want you to see your brothers and sisters that look like Cuzzo around the corner. These are the original Moroccans. You follow me? But because the European came from Europe and began to not only colonize, but begin to mix with the Berbers, if you will, the Amazigh, this is why you get what you get. And now people will be quick to say that when the Moors say we descendants of Moroccans and born in America, the first thing they think is this. But let me say this to you before I get off this topic real quick. In reality, right? In reality, right? Think about this. To say that a Moor, as myself, a Moorish American, claim that we're descendants of Moroccan and born in America, and you go and look at Morocco and you see pale-skinned people in Morocco, and then you're like, nah, that. Do you know that Morocco is in Africa? Number one. I already explained that, brother. I think you just came in. I just explained that, Hassan. Now, to say that the people of Morocco is the true people of the land of Morocco, and you call them Moroccans in the true sense, that'll just be like calling the Europeans in South Africa, they call themselves South Africans, and they even call themselves Africans. That'll be like calling them the Zulus. That'll be just like calling them the Zulus. And Kingpin, the Arabs invaded North Africa years ago. The original Arabs that came to North Africa, the original influx, looked like the people of North Africa. Even the Arabs got watered down by the migration coming out of Europe. The second influx of the Arabs was a little lighter. But the original Arabs that came to North Africa on the caravan for trade, they look like the people of North Africa. The Europeans divided up Egypt all the way down East Africa and Asia. That is all one land. This is why Prophet Muhammad could escape and go to Ethiopia, because he may look like an Ethiopian. You follow me? He might, when they was trying to kill him, his own brothers and sisters was trying to kill him in Mecca, he escaped to Ethiopia. He didn't go north, he went south. He went southwest into the heart of Africa. Why? Jesus, when he escaped from the hand, his mother escaped from the hand of Herod, they didn't go towards Europe. They went where? They escaped to North Africa. Maybe because they looked like the people there and they could have refuge and protection there. And so, in other words, family, they have usurped our total history everywhere. The one that controls the pen, they'll write history. But it's up to you. And this is why, listen, I use my research skills. I use my research skills that I've done within the Moorish Science Temple of America to rediscover what the Moorish Science Temple of America looked like, to teach my children, to teach my community who they are, where they come from, and their greatness, definitively, not no ambiguously. Like if someone say that they study comedic science, and that's fine. If you study comedic science, that's fine. But are you able to trace yourself back to ancient Kemet genetically, or even associate yourself with ancient Kemet as it relates to that's where you came from? Many of us here in America, and I don't mean to preach to you, many of us here in America, right? We know that the slaves came from northwest, southwestern shores of Africa. So the slaves came from the northwest and southwestern shores of Africa. That was the Moroccan Empire. And the Moors was targeted after they was kicked out and exiled from Spain. So they took the slaves out of the stock of the Moors, and then they made slaves with those that was already here. But let me answer this question. So do you believe what was stolen is the knowledge? I believe to migrate and rebuild better and stronger so history won't repeat, break every chain, is acknowledge. Do you believe anything that was stolen? I don't understand the question, but yeah, I guess we didn't went into a teaching class tonight, you know what I'm saying? But so I can say definitively that every slave here in America, for the most part, majority, came from the Moroccan Empire. Now, that doesn't mean, listen to me, that doesn't mean that all of them was of Moroccan blood or Moorish, as we like to call Moorish blood. That doesn't mean that. What it means is that they was of the confederacy of the Moroccan Empire. And in other words, the Moroccan Empire extended northwest, southwestern shores of Africa across what is the Atlantic Ocean to north, south, central America, right? And so what that means is that there was a confederacy throughout the land. You feel me? And they all came under one emperor or one ruler. And that's what made them of Moroccan descent. It's kind of like you living in America, right? And just because you live in America doesn't make you American. But nationally, you are an American if you are an American citizen. It's just like the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire extended from Palestine throughout Rome, all the way to North Africa, Mauritania, all the way around to where Turkey is at. If you lived within in a Roman province, you were considered of Roman. Not of Roman genetically, but you was in the jurisdiction of a Roman. And you were known as a Roman. They might call you a Moor in Rome or something of that nature if you was of African descent. But nevertheless, you would fall under the jurisdiction of that. And that's just how it works. It works the same way today. And so our last stronghold, politically, economically, as well as socially and religiously, was the stronghold of the Moors. This is why many people don't know much about the Moors, because the moment that you know about the Moors, man, y'all got me talking tonight. The moment that you know about the Moors, right, this is what happens. The Moors did something that people never seen coming. Walk with me real quick. Y'all want me to keep talking or y'all want to joke about Grandmaster J? What y'all want me to do? Do you want me to keep talking or joke about Grandmaster J? Because I can talk to you now. Okay, listen. So the Moors, right? This is why they don't want you to know about the Moors. Whether you choose to be a member of the Moorish Science Temple of America or not, that's not here, there. That's immaterial. It doesn't even make a difference. Who cares? That works for me. If you guide your life by high principles, you'll be fine. If you accept truth uncut, you'll be fine. But now, with that being said, the reason why they don't want you to know about the Moors is because the Moors did something that was so dramatic and so it appeared impossible. The Roman Empire was strong. The Roman Empire had ruled for thousands of years. They had conquered North Africa. And this is another reason why you have a lighter shade of brown or a lighter shade of olive and almost even pale in North Africa. It wasn't because of the Arabs. The Roman Empire had conquered North Africa in BC time. They conquered what was known as Mauritania. Mauritania extended from Egypt all the way around Algeria, Tunis, Tripoli, Morocco, all the way down the western seaboard. when the Romans begin to conquer in BC time, they conquered all of that. That's right. They conquered North Africa. They conquered all up in Turkey. That was where Constantinople, that was where Turkey is at, is where Constantinople was at, right? So they conquered all that. Now, this was the most dramatic thing that the Moors was able to accomplish. First of all, Tariq, who went over the Gibraltar. They talk about the Gibraltar. But Tariq, General Tariq, right? Him and his troops, right? Him and his troops were able to go over the Alps, conquer Italy and all of these little European places, provinces, Roman province, with elephants. Now, you know, elephants are not used to cold weather. They were able to use elephants to go into Europe. That was during a time when the Roman Empire seemed impenetrable. So that was just one wave of conquering that happened. And that's why the Italians got a little swag with them. Y'all seen it before. Oh, I'm sorry, Hannibal. Hannibal, that's right, Hannibal. My bad. Hannibal, my brother said Hannibal. That's right, Hannibal. Hannibal went over there with elephants. I'm sorry. You follow me? So listen to what I'm saying. Hannibal was able to do something that was unimaginable. These were Africans. These were people that look like you and I. This is why silly people, when they say Moors enslaved Africans, you silly fool, Moors are African. What you talking about? Anyway, they did something that was unimaginable, and they were successful at it. Years later, the Roman Empire didn't fall, but they recovered to some degree. They regained their strength and recovered to some degree, right? The next thing that happened was another amazement. The last thing that they can remember in history about your greatness, it came from the Moors. The Moors was able to go up into Spain. You follow me? They was able to go up into Spain and conquer Spain and everything surrounding it. Not for the sake of putting people to servitude, but because they were living so foul. They were living so foul, and they did not want the plague and every other disease that they had been experiencing to go over into Africa. And so when they went up in there conquering, we use the term conquer, they went up in there conquering and to civilize, to make sure that all of the death that was happening up north, above northern Africa, that it did not go over into Africa. And what did they do? When they went into Spain, when you see all of these castles, when you see all of these big cathedrals, all of these big cathedrals came from the Moors, built them. They are occupied by Europeans. So when you look at these castles and you look like, man, look at these castles, look at these castles. In fact, these castles was built by Moors. And you look at them in amazement, and you show your children all of these cartoons with the little fairies, with the little moats and the moat and the dragons and all of that. Those was built by Moors. And what happened was when they regained power, all they did was take the minarets down. These were Moors. We were the builders of civilization. We built these things. Today, we can't build a clubhouse. We did all of the mosaics. We did the floor designs, the ceiling designs. We did the stained glass that you see in churches. That comes from Moors. The dome buildings that you see around the United States of America, that is Moorish architecture. That's not Arab architecture. Those are Moorish architecture. You understand what I'm saying? This is the reason why they don't want you to know about the last stronghold. Because once you understand your greatness there, you might try it again. You might just try it again. You might study and find out how did the Moors penetrate Spain? What military tactic did they use? What military tactic did Tariq use? You might try it. This is why they don't want, this is why they demonize the Moors. This is why because the Moors was the last real stronghold of African people. Yeah. Can't nobody deny that. Real talk. Real talk. And the conquering was so amazing that you would have to be almost genius to pull it off. You would have to be almost genius to pull it off. And guess where we at again today? You will have to almost be a genius to get this oppression off your neck. Because the way they got this thing set up today, you surrounded. You surrounded by media. You surrounded by media. They control the media. You surrounded by economics. They control the economics. You surrounded by land taxes, economics. You surrounded by education. You just surrounded. You just oppressed in so many different ways. I mean, surveillance. You just surrounded in so many different ways. It wouldn't take nearly of a genius to come out of this situation. And it will have to be driven by God. This is why I can look at a Grandmaster Jay and I can see that it's not consistent with any true freedom fighter. I can see it's not consistent. When you look at history, Grandmaster Jay looks like an infiltrator, but you got to know history. You have to know history. He looks like, he shows all the signs of an infiltrator. History shows that. You see what I'm saying? And you can't deny history. History will show you what you can't see with intellect. In other words, you can be the smartest person in the world, but history constantly repeats itself. It constantly repeats itself. So if you study true history, I'm talking about critical analyzing history. I ain't talking about this fugazi conscious community stuff. When you show true history, you'll be able to see what happened. And you'll be able to see that there's no European that went into Africa and walked away with people without one of our people being in cahoots. You understand what I'm saying? The Europeans did not come into Africa and conquer and take Africans without one of the Africans being in cahoots. Whether it was a Moor, whether it was a Shante, whether it was an Igbo, it doesn't work like that. See what I'm saying? It doesn't work like that. So at the end of the day, family, we are responsible for us. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we are responsible for us. We are responsible for us. We have to hold one another accountable. Who is Grandmaster Jay of yesterday? Have you seen him? What did he look like? If you're a Christian, right? And give me a second. Let me check on my dog. My dog tripping. Give me 1 second. Don't go nowhere. I don't know why nobody come up in. Give me 1 second. But if you're a Christian, let me say this real quick. a recent upload.
Let's see how this goes. I'm a real Christian and I don't like rappers. I'm a real Christian and I don't like rappers. I'm a real Christian and I don't like rappers. I'm a real Christian and I don't like rappers. I'm a real Christian. Living by the law. I'm radical. Getting from the mind. I got some that'll fix that. I got some 316 that'll book an act. I'm a real Christian, and I don't like rappers today. And only jealous niggas who don't know how to do business, don't know how to believe in me or talk to me and get the business. White people love me. White people love me. White people love me. White people love me. Out your mind, cause you don't wanna hear me. Me, you monkey the flesh, like those you come near me. But you ain't never seen a Christian like me, yeah. I wrestle with the devil, so you challenge me, ain't no.
Because he's a real Christian and he don't like rappers. All right. Anyway, I check on Sasha. Sasha the old. I thought I had to take out or something. So anyway, we didn't change this to a whole lesson class. You know what I mean? So one thing said, so Joan Gibbons said, why do we need to know this? The reason why we need to know this is because we have been, we don't know our history, Joan Gibbons. Why don't you come on and ask me? I mean, anybody want to come on and ask me? Or we just going to be in the chat? Why we need to know this? Why we need to know this? The same people with why would people record history? Why would somebody hide this from us? Huh? Tell me this. Why do we know about Greek culture, but we don't know about Moorish culture? Huh? Can anybody tell me? Why we know about Arab culture, but we don't know about Moorish culture? Why we know about every other culture, but we don't know nothing about Moorish culture? Why we need to know about this? The whole world talk about every other culture, but we don't know nothing about Moorish culture, and most people in America are descendants of Moors. Why we don't know about Moorish culture? Why we don't know about history, period? Why don't we just know about history, period? Why do we need to know this? Why don't we need to know this? Why shouldn't we know this? You should know everything about history. You should even know how Ferdinand and Isabel came together and expelled the Moors out of Spain. You should know everything. You should know everything that you can know. You should know everything that you can know. But one of the most important things that we need to understand is that when Ferdinand and Isabella was able to unite and the Moors got expelled out of Spain, the next thing you know, the Pope, you hear me? The Pope of the Catholic Church gave the order to enslave the Moors who had just been expelled out of Spain. He gave the blessing. And that's what started the Portuguese trying to get Moors and use them as slaves. Now, so the question is, how do a pope and why do a pope target specifically Moors? It's called revenge. It's called revenge. the Moors had conquered all parts of Europe. And rightfully so, after they got comfortable, when the Arabs came with the second influx of Muslims, they began to intermingle, marry, impregnate European women. That's what happened. And when you see a lot of the paintings, oil paintings, where you got Moors or Arabs with the European women, this was propaganda. This was propaganda to show the Europeans that this is what these Moriscos are doing to your women. We must fight back. We must expel them. We must enslave them. These are heathens. And so when you look at the oil paintings, you begin to see that all of these oil paintings was propaganda to build the morale of the men to go and conquer and attack those of African descent known as Moors. They rallied the troops. Let me get my brother Tar Streets in here. Peace, my brother. What it do, my brother?
You know I'm a real Christian and I don't like rappers.
Well, man, listen. I'm going to allow you in here for a few minutes because this boy's run TV, and we don't like you, Grandmaster Jay. Now, what's happening, big brother?
Oh man, you the man. I'm just a fan. How you be?
Man, I got off into talking, man. My main talking point was, is all of our liberating organizations been infiltrated? And then people started asking questions, and then I got off track and started teaching about Moors. But in fact, I just think, man, this thing needs to be rebuilt. Our liberation organizations need to be rebuilt. We need some young brothers,
Hey man,
some young sisters to step forward.
I've been pondering on this lately too, man. It's a couple of reasons from my stance we keep going through the same set of circumstances. One of which is real basic. Everything works in cycles. And in that cycles, you got all the consistent ebbs and flows. They might not feel consistent when you're going through them, but they always gonna be there. Same ebbs and flows. That's part of the cosmic balance of things. So we're gonna constantly go through certain cycles because those ebbs and flows naturally exist. Now, a reason that I feel we go through a lot of the unnecessary stuff we keep going through is because we keep repeating the same actions. Until we decide to do stuff properly and from a truly righteous and fair and balanced perspective, we gonna keep going through it, man. So to your point, we need to destroy and rebuild.
See,
Period.
this is what it is. At the end of the day, we have been so messed up that we don't like organization. You see what I'm saying?
True
like
indeed.
You have people today saying we don't need no leader. Everybody is a leader. That's foolish. That's stupidity of its best kind. Because what happens is when we talk about leader from a African perspective, right, or from a Moorish perspective, or from an indigenous perspective, when we talk about leader, we're talking about one who governs. The most intelligent governs the less intelligent, guiding them towards the greatness that's already in them so they can lead later. You feel what I'm saying? It's not to lead people into ignorance. It's that the most intelligent amongst us need to lead us. That's just what it is.
That's absolute.
And when one is
not necessarily the most intelligent,
but
the most savvy,
it got to be the most intelligent. But the intelligent,
the ones who don't know as much.
You're breaking up, big bro. When I say the most intelligent comes in different ways.
That you breaking up on me, big?
That's
yeah,
you. what I was going to say, intelligence comes in different forms, if you will. You know what I mean? If we need military strategy, then we need one who's intelligent for that. If we need political intelligence, then we need one that's for that. Now, one person ain't gonna have it all. This is why we need leaders, but work together under one leader, and everything work in unison for the greater good. But we don't like organization. We shun the organization. Man, listen. We can say right now, man, everybody for the next 6 months, we just gonna campaign so we can come together, be one, and get on the same. They like to use that term code. Get on the same code. But real code is this is the direction that we going. Let me lay it out to you. This is how I knew Grandmaster Jay was an agent too. He had no plan. He just came out and said, "Give us Texas. We'll take Texas." That ain't no plan, fool. That ain't no plan.
And
a
the white
real
folks ain't
leader,
they ain't gonna give it up
real
anyway.
leader, if you're going to move the masses, a real leader already have the plan before they step out to the forefront. A real leader already has the plan because they have studied history. They know what we need to do. And now the people around them saying, "You are the one. Let's get it done." And then he present the plan to the people. And that's what galvanized the people. The gun don't galvanize the people. The speech don't galvanize the people. The speech inspires the people. The gun ensures protection of the people. But the plan is what galvanizes the people. Who has the plan? You understand what I'm saying? This is where we go wrong at. We go wrong. We get people to inspire us by a speech. And then we think that galvanizes us. But the plan should galvanize us. The plan.
That's absolute. And we in a place where, man, we so lost, bro. We so lost because we done had so many agents infiltrate everything that we done been part of, that we don't believe 5 degrees at point. No way. People don't even our people don't even like to listen to reason and logic, man. And the conundrum with that is, when you of a righteous mind, it's your job to always try to lead the unknowing to the promised land. Clarence X had it kind of right with his breakdown of humanity. 85% is lost, 10% is the wicked, and 5% is the righteous. Where we at now in this, what they call in a technocracy, the 5% that's righteous is being smothered by the financial wealth and resources of the 10% that's wicked. So people is following them because they got it going on. They must be the direction I'm going in. But we got to get to this integrity thing, man. That's why my whole stance is integrity and moral fiber, man. That's the only thing I want to pump into people.
Where I'm at today is right what you said. You call it integrity, I call it high principles. Same thing. You know what I'm saying? And those types need to come together. And then they got to be able to put their money together. In this European-driven society, money is going to make the difference. Like it or not. Like it or not. Money is going to make the difference. It will make the difference. Because, that's the world we need. Because you cannot even move. This is how another way I knew that Grandmaster Jay wasn't going to last too long. Because when people started, I found out that people were spending their own money to go to these marches. I say they're gonna get tired of that. Everybody ain't got time to be giving your rent money just to go and march. Everybody just don't got time for that. I mean, every few months you talk about we're gonna have a formation. This is why the first one, Stone Mountain, was big, Louisville was big, but after that demonstration began to shrink Because ain't nobody going just to march in no heat and hear some speech at the end of the march and go home. People sacrifice their money because they want results. They don't sacrifice their money just to hear a speech.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And this what Grandmaster Jay was doing. He was giving speeches after people that spent their rent money. They done spent their car note money. They done spent all their money. You feel what I'm saying? They done spent all their money to just go march behind a petition.
Man, he using his
give a speech.
He acting like,
and this is why I knew
a bad pastor. That's all he acting.
I knew eventually it was going to crumble, because like I said, man, nobody has money to just jump in the car, spend gas, gas. If I go to, we got a temple in Atlanta. If I go to Atlanta or Detroit or Chicago, man, let me tell you something. 3 or 4 times a year, man, that's a lot. That's a little piece of change. And me, if I got to bring the family, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Now you talking about, and I'm planning for it, because I'm planning. Oppressed people. That's what I'm saying. Listen, and I'm planning for it because I spearhead a Moorish group and we have temples, right? But just imagine that you ain't even planning for this, and one day you see on IG, okay, we got a formation in Tallahassee. We need everybody there. Now all of a sudden, you got to think about your rent. You got to think about your car note. You got to think about your mortgage or whatever bills you have. You got to consider that and get yourself together. You know, most people that was going to them formations had bought a gun for the first time. People don't be budgeting like that. It's unfortunate, but this is the world that we live in. But they were so inspired. They bought guns for the first time. They traveled for the first time. They stood in this hot sun to hear some man give them some fugazi speech. And not only one time did they did it 2 times. They did it 3 times. And around the 4th time, they like, man, what am I into here? Let me listen to this Taharkabey brother, Moore, whoever he is. So, organization would solve our problem.
Listen, it would. And you know what else we need, big bro? We need think tanks, man. We need real legitimate think tanks.
Those are found within the organization.
Absolutely.
Those would be found within the organization.
Always telling the truth, big bro.
And people can't be scared. One thing that the European put in us too is the lack of trust. And many of our people that have come out through this social media window or social media lens, they have compounded the lack of trust in our community by robbing people, by scheming and all that. They have compounded that. You follow what I'm saying? And so now,
absolutely,
if I was to say, listen, we are going to come together, and we need everybody to put $25 for this program. Everybody ain't putting $25 because, for one, a lot of people need that $25. For 2, they don't believe that they're going to see it through the end anyway, because they already believe that somebody going to play a game. They already believe whenever money is involved, it's most likely going to be a game. So let me just chalk it up now. Even if you give your 25, you're going to say, let me chalk it up now. And then you're going to have the other one on the other side and say, man, that you see 219 people, you see them 25s rolling up the screen, man. So the distrust is compounded now. So now the only thing that you can do is hopefully that you get a few good people that's willing to do something. And then you go ahead and do it with the few good people, make a good investment, flip it, and then you lead the charge until you can pass the torch. Because, man, the distrust is so embedded, it's so ingrained, it's sad. But Grandmaster Jay on a lie,
you know,
can accumulate $250,000. Now that's crazy.
Come Come on,
That's crazy.
come
A
on, man.
$250,000.
Look, that's the part that hurt my feelings. And that's the part that hurt me right there. Because I know my people is suffering for real. And I know they need insight and they need jewels to be dropped on them. And this client is usurping their wealth, man, for his own personal benefit. And he ain't never mean nothing for us, man. He ain't never want to protect nobody, man. He ain't never had
Street.
no agenda that was for us, man.
Hey,
He
Street.
came out the gate. What up, though?
Have you ever called me during the day and I was working?
I'm here.
Have you ever called me during the day and see me working?
Absolutely.
That's the difference.
The volume went up.
That's the difference between me and a lot of these YouTube guys. These people ain't, you should already know that they scheming. They can never take you to the work site. They depending on your ignorance. And let me tell you something. When somebody hit my Cash App, I'm so grateful for it, because guess why? I can go leave my work site whenever I get ready, because I'm the boss. I can leave my work site and say I can do that later. And now I can go and build this content for the show because somebody just donated. So I'm going to just go ahead and lay on that, and I will prefer to be teaching people. I will prefer to be edutaining people. I will prefer that. So anytime somebody, I don't care what it is, I appreciate it. But at the end of the day, I always say this. At the end of the day, what would the YouTuber would be doing without YouTube? You know what I mean? What would they be doing? They too scared to sell dope.
Nothing at all.
They too scared to rob a bank. So they probably be preachers and robbing old ladies when they come into the church. But now you got social media, and our people are so hungry for liberation. Now they rob the people right through social media. You ain't never got to see them. Streets, your thing is breaking up.
Man, they using social media like a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, absolutely.
They using it like a Ponzi scheme. I'm gonna back you kick that knowledge. I'm about to talk to my son and listen to you.
Islam, I'm about to get out of here because I got a big show on Saturday. Peace, family.
I'll pull out the laptop and tap in.
So somebody say Morocco is America, right? In fact, when you say Morocco is America, you got to understand that America was never called Morocco. That is something that Moors like to say. But the people of America before the European came were of the Moroccan Empire. That would be more proper. They are the same people. See what I'm saying? They are the same people. But the land known as America was never called Morocco. That's a Moorish myth. The Al-Marak, it was Al-Marak. All right. Show us. Show us. Show us anywhere in history that it was literally called that. That's a Moorish myth. And that's how many Moors get a bad shake too. Because on the internet, you got all of this crazy information surrounding Moors. It has nothing to do with Moorish signs. People make this stuff as they go along. They claim that, I was talking to a brother today. They got this Moorish myth that Prophet Noble Drew Ali went to Egypt and he went into this cave. Prophet Noble Drew Ali is right here. He went to Egypt and he went into this cave. He found his way out. You see what I'm saying? He found its way out the cave. And that's how, the pyramid. And that's how he obtained the name Sharif Abdul Ali. Another rendition of the story is that Prophet Noble Ali went to Saudi Arabia, met with this Muslim named Saud, of the Saud family. And he acknowledged that Prophet Noble Ali was a prophet, and he gave him the name Sharif Abdul Ali. In fact, I challenge all of that. I say, can you at least get the Boat Manifesto? Can you get the Boat Manifesto? Why y'all make these stories up, sounding like weirdos? Huh? These are weird stories. You can't prove, you can't substantiate. These are weird stories. Prophet Noble Ali never was thrown into a pyramid in Egypt and found his way out and was honored with the name Sharif Abdul Ali. That was not his name. That's a made-up story. See, I challenge all of this stuff. They get mad at me. I'm trying to tell you. I challenge all this stuff. You know what I mean? Then there's the story that, the Queen of England gave him the title noble. That's how he gets the name noble. Listen, those that are in the NFAC and seen me challenge that, that's not the first thing I've challenged. I've challenged even in my own backyard. I challenge it all. And I don't challenge it for views. I challenge it because people need to know the truth. And people don't need to be fooled, bamboozled, and taken for a ride by the arm string of the strap of their pocketbook. People don't need to be taken for a ride by their pocketbook. So all of that stuff is made up. All of it. Say Prophet Noble Ali went to what is that? The White House to visit Woodrow Wilson and ask him to give us our flag. And Woodrow Wilson say, if you can get 20 people, you can get I'll give you your flag. He came back with 50,000 and he gave him the flag, and the flag was hidden in a vault. And what? These are all made up stories. And a lot of these made up stories are due to infiltration, number one, or the fantasies that people make up to try to validate their position. And so because I know history, I'm able to look at a Grandmaster Jay, and I'm able to look at any circle and see if it's real. And not to mention, I come up in the 80s. Anybody come up in the 80s with Reaganomics? If you were ever in the streets, you had to look out for the jump out boys. You had to look out for the one that got locked up and turned informant. You know, the one that you grew up with, that y'all ate with, y'all went to school with. All of a sudden, he got locked up with a big bag of stuff, but he out that night. And then you start seeing other people get locked up, and you start to learn what an informant look like. This is the Reaganomic era. So those in corporate America, you ever been in corporate America? You're sitting at the water cooler and you share your idea that you want to bring to the company so you can advance through the company. And then the person right there next to you, they use that idea and they put that person in position with your idea in corporate America. You know, because some people are not used to that Reaganomics thing, but in corporate America, they do the same thing. And then you got the company snitch. Smiling in everybody's face, but want your position at the same time, lying on you so you can lose your job, gossiping about you, calling the sister the freak of the country. The freak of the company. Talking about bro knocking everybody off. Happens everywhere. And so when you have this sort of experience and you join an uplifting movement for the liberation of our people, that those experiences, even in the church, when they backbite, those experiences should allow you to see people like Grandmaster Jay, should allow you to see opportunists like Talib Atunde, should allow you to see usurpers from a mile off, whether it's in the corporate, whether it's in the streets, it no matter, whether it's in church, it happens everywhere. Y'all seen it. Y'all been to church before. Y'all been to church before. Where the pastor did knock down everybody. That's what they call it. Knock them down. Nah. Where the sister then went around. Y'all seen these type of y'all seen this type of behavior before. And these type of behaviors is the experience that's supposed to allow you to see this stuff when you're at 40 years old. In fact, it seemed like we be growing in reverse. We turn 40, we see the same thing we seen at 20, 22, 25, and 30. And we let it happen over and over again. We be growing in reverse. See, me, I don't grow in reverse. I see it. I call it. It is what it is. Get mad. Get mad at me. I see it. I call it. It is what it is. Get mad. And don't tell me but you're going to beat me up with a black power fist with a little teeny wrist. Don't do that. Because I don't believe you. You're not going to beat me up with a black power fist with a little wrist. Black power. You ain't doing it. I tell you. I ain't go for it. Nah, I ain't go for it. A Tunde, don't do it. No, Tunde. I'm a Tunde. Don't you dare. Don't do it. Ain't gonna be good. It ain't gonna be good a Tunde. I'm trying to tell you. Gucci Man Jeezy. Gucci Man Jeezy. It ain't gonna be good a Tunde. Gucci Man Jeezy. You know what that means? I know you watching. Gucci Man Jeezy. Gucci Man Jeezy. Gucci Man Jeezy. Gucci Man Jeezy. Yeah. You know what that means? Don't play no games. Don't play no games. You know, somebody told me one time, this is the goofiest thing I've heard. Somebody said, man, you just mad because you a felon and you can't own a gun. First of all, how do you know I'm a felon? Second of all, how do you know I can't own one? Third of all, how do you know that I even care? Okay. That was some fool said to me. Man, we crazy as ever. Like we are the crazy. I tell you, we crazy. We crazy as a bat. We gone. We gone. But anyway, family, I appreciate y'all. I got a big show coming for y'all soon. I got a few uploads coming for y'all, family. So continue to support, continue to stick with me. Family, I got 2 interviews coming up. Y'all gonna love it. Y'all gonna love it. I got 2 of them coming up, right? And then I got about 3 uploads coming. The interviews are already done. They in the bag. Hey, look, I was talking to one of the interviewees, and I asked him, I know Malik, I hope Malik ain't watching, but I said, brother, is Malik Zulu Shabazz an agent? He was like, he didn't know how to answer. I was like, no, Malik, my man. Malik, my man. But is he an agent? Wait till y'all see these interviews. I got some good interviews coming, family. It's going to be something else. But with that being said, I appreciate y'all, family. I just wanted to drop in for a minute. You know what I mean? And share a few things with you. But I just want you to know that all of this stuff has been infiltrated. And it's going to take us to uninfiltrate it. You know what I mean? It's going to take us to uninfiltrate it, family. Because look, man. Let me show you something, man. Hold on. Let me see. This stuff gotta stop, man. Hold on. Listen, this stuff gotta stop, man. Hold on. Don't go nowhere. I'll close out with this. Man, listen. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. This gotta stop. I'm sorry. I gotta do it. I gotta do it for effect, man. This is your freedom fighter, man. All right. This is your freedom fighter. All right. This is your freedom fighter. Talib Atunde. There you go. They're with his send the sisters. This is a sick man. This is a sick man. Listen, come on, man. Fred Hampton Gun Club, man. The real Fred Hampton Gun Club. Y'all got to come on here and denounce this guy, man. This man is insane, man. This man is insane. This man is sending this stuff to sisters, family. I mean, come on, man. We got to do better, man. Fred Hampton Gun Club. Come on. The real Fred Hampton Gun Club. Come on here, man. Denounce this. This man spanking his monkey and sending it to sisters, man. We got to stop this, man. I ain't going to show it no more. That was for effect to let y'all know that the freedom movement has been infiltrated. But on the flip side, I'm going to bring on some true freedom fighters real soon so we know what it looked like. With that being said, peace and love, family. I salute y'all, appreciate y'all joining me, and I see you next go around. We be back. Peace and love.